Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Heidi Alonga. This month, we've been taking our newscasts on the road, and tonight we're live downtown at the Tucson Convention Center. That's where we find our Pat Parris field anchoring. Hey there, Pat.
Hey, Heidi. Yeah, we're taking in this three-day event ahead of Saturday's event, the Tour de Tucson. This three-day event is an expo and a fiesta for Tour, and it is where the riders will pick up their race numbers. You see them coming in now, getting ready for the big ride. In 1983, looked a lot different. The nonprofit Perimeter Bicycling Association held its first event in Tucson. A group of fewer than 200 took part in that ride. Well, 41 years later, it has grown into one of the nation's largest cycling events. It's an annual Tucson tradition. Nearly 10,000 cyclists from southern Arizona and across the country, even the world, pedal their way through the Tucson Metro the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Hey, we're going to put on a tour. And he had the energy and the personality to do it. He did a great job.
Ralph Phillips is the voice of Tour. He's describing the idea of Richard De Bernardis, the founder of Tour back in 1983. That first Tour with 185 riders raised $4,500 for area charities. Phillips rode in the 1985 Tour, finishing third.
They started at Sabino Canyon at first, and you're on dirt road a lot of the time, and we had to cross the Santa Cruz, and it was flowing. So you wade through, and your feet get wet, and then you got to do the rest of it.
Today, Tour de Tucson doesn't cross any rivers, using a more southern route. It has grown into a major fundraiser for the Tucson community. Last year, the cycling event raised more than $5.8 million for nonprofits. Over the last 41 years, Tour has raised more than $121 million.
We want to eradicate polio in the world, and the Rotary Club is firmly behind that. They get lots of money from the Tour.
Legendary Tucson broadcaster Alan Big Al Keith, along with Ralph Phillips, drive just ahead of the lead riders and call the race on radio, something they've done together for nearly 15 years. The most memorable moments for Big Al?
We've had 2 train delays of the riders getting across the tracks, and we had to wait, a good 5-6 minutes at each time, so the finish times were not great.
So you never know. There might be a train delay in the race on Saturday. Big Al and Ralph Phillips will call the game on Saturday morning on ESPN Radio 1490.